is, running it down on these niggas.
Sex, drugs, money, and murder, my nigga. You know how we did it, my nigga. Still be painting them bitches, my nigga. Ripping that roll and fucking your bitches. Sex, drugs, money, and murder. 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 Niggas, they never gon' hurt you. Niggas, they never will hurt you. Sex, drugs, money, and murder. Sex, drugs, money, and murder.
Got the trap spot, understand how to get that. Ran down on them niggas with a flip back. Knew I never seen another nigga live like that. I was still getting stacks back. Had to fuck around getting them packs back. Niggas.
Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Bullets Gotti. I was saying here, right, and I was sitting here watching YouTube, and I'm looking at the whole Shaquilla Robinson situation, right? So basically, right, in this whole case, right, when you look at this whole case with the girl, right, now they said the girl, what's her name, daejhanae Jackson or daejhanae, I forgot how they say her name, daejhanae Jackson or daejhanae Jackson, right? They said basically she was the one that they supposedly had incarcerated. But when you look on the major media websites, the mainstream media websites like CBS, CNN, NBC, Fox, and other sites, you don't see anything that says this girl was arrested. Or people on here online are just speculating, saying, oh, they locked up the girl, she's arrested, she's in federal custody. But to me, it sounds like a bunch of hearsay. To me personally, I didn't hear the United States saying that we got this girl in custody, that we have her in federal custody, and we're extraditing her back to Mexico. It's a lot of speculations, a lot of hearsay, and that's dangerous. Social media will make people believe that certain things happened and it didn't. You know what I'm saying? Now, the way I look at the case, right? It's a sad case. It's a real sad case. It's a case that I wish that people would, look and say, damn, that's messed up. What happened to the young lady? It's very messed up. But we don't know what happened. We still don't know. The case is so confusing, and it loses me. It's just like the whole Kenneka Jenkins case, right? I was so lost with that case when I first heard about it, right? You get lost in these cases because it's like, well, the girl died in Mexico. They said she had a snapped neck and its spinal cord snapped and all that, right? Then they saying when you read, the fight happened on the 28th. She died on the 29th at 2 p.m. So what happened in amongst those hours from the next day that she passed away? That she did. She died on the 29th, 2 p.m. The fight with the video, that happened on the 28th of October. So now you don't really know what really happened to the girl. Then they said she had a seizure, she was still alive. The whole case is just confusing, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I really didn't want to talk about it because I'm kind of lost, even though when I speak about the case and just seeing everything that's going on with the case, it's so confusing that you don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. You got people online saying that the girl is arrested, and then when you type it in on Google, there's nothing that substantiates or states or even confirms that the girl was incarcerated, that the girl was, arrested and she's in federal custody. It does not have any proven evidence or facts that this girl is incarcerated by the federal government. So now it's just people just throwing out anything. They're just throwing out anything and accusations and insinuations just to say, oh yeah, they got this girl. And it's not true. This is why I tell people a lot of times that we have to be careful and mindful of things we say and do. Because I'm going to be honest, right? Looking at this case, I really don't think America and the state of North Carolina, because they come from North Carolina, really cares enough about this case to spend money to extradite somebody to Mexico. Now, if you look at Amanda Knox case, right? I think that was her name, Amanda Knox. I think her name was Amanda Knox. I'm not sure. But the girl, Amanda Knox, had did a murder. Or they said she murdered her roommate. I don't know. But they still have her, like, they wanted her extradited back to Italy, the US, but they never extradited her back. She had a case, right, that's similar, right? And even Heather Mack, right, that just came home, which I don't understand why they got her locked up, because if Amanda Knox is not spending time for her case, and I'm going to do a video about Amanda Knox and Heather Mack, because both cases is kind of similar. That's why I say that if Heather Mack gets incarcerated for exactly the same thing that they said Amanda Knox did, you know, Amanda Knox did the same thing that Heather Mack supposedly did to her mother with her boyfriend. They killed the girl, they stuffed her, and then she fled back to the United States and was never held for prosecution in, you know, Italy, you know? So that's why when I look at the Heather Mack case, I'm like, wow, the feds grab her up. But what I'm understanding is that if the feds gonna grab her up for the same exact things that they grab up, you know, Amanda Knox for, that's crazy. Because Amanda Knox never faced prosecution in Italy. But it's exactly the same type of case. If you look at Amanda Knox and you look at Heather Mack's case, it's the same. So when you look at this case, it's similar to Heather Mack's and Amanda Knox. Heather Mack was still in Bali. She did her time. She came out. She came out of prison. She was released from prison. And she's now she's incarcerated in Chicago, which it don't make any sense because the case wasn't done in Chicago. The case was done in Bali, so the Bali authorities prosecuted. You can't, that's double jeopardy, you know, but America, you know, they want to prove a point. It is what it is, you know, and because the woman is a white woman and a whole lot of things. But I'll talk about that in my next video. But this case right here with the whole Shaquilla Robinson case, right? When we get into it, you don't know what really happened. Now, all we're seeing and all we're hearing is, oh, well, Shaquilla Robinson, they got her killers and her killers is going to jail. And now when you look at the case, where's the killers going to jail? What I don't understand is, right? We're going by hearsay. That's the thing that really confuses me about the Shaquilla Robinson case. We're going by hearsay because these people are coming online, right? If you look on YouTube, right? You see all the channels that have Shaquilla Robinson, Ye arrested, daejhanae Jackson arrested, daejhanae Jackson arrested, daejhanae Jackson arrested, right? Now, this right here, but ABC News, it says Mexico wants American extradited on charges in death of U.S. tourists, right? But everybody on YouTube saying she's arrested. She's arrested. daejhanae's arrested. Arrested, right? Arrested. Everybody's saying this on their channel, right? How do we know the young lady's arrested? We're going to buy social media influencers and people that have social media platforms saying that the girl was arrested. How do we know the girl was arrested? We don't have physical evidence or proof. We're just going by hearsay. You know, they said the Mexican authorities want her extradited. That doesn't mean that America is going to extradite the young lady. They don't know if, because this case is not, how you say, it's not a part of America's agenda. And it is what it is. It's not a part of the agenda of America. If they wanted it to be a part of their agenda, they would have pushed harder and the girl would have been extradited back to Mexico. But it's not a part of their agenda. It's no, for their reasons, it's nothing political behind it. Like I said, in the Heather Mack case, her mother was an influencer, was very political. Her father was political. And, Heather Mack said her mother basically murdered her father and all this. And there's a whole lot of stuff in that whole case. I'm going to break it down in my next video that I do. But in the case of Amanda Knox, it's political. She was supposed to be extradited back to Italy, and she never was, but she has charges in Italy, But like I said, it doesn't mean America will extradite you back. Once you leave a certain country, they're not obligated to send you back to that country. Unless it's political, unless it's, how you say, some basis behind the extradition, doesn't mean they're going to send you back. So a lot of people got to understand, this case is really not a political case for America to jump in there and say, okay, we're going to extradite this little black girl back to Mexico. They could care less. America is showing you they could care less about what happened to this young lady. It's sad, but it is what it is.
Some things